Hi guys, my name's PK, and in this episode, like I've done every single month for years and years and years, I share the latest deals that I've posted in my Facebook group with more than 65,000 members. The intent of this video is to educate you and inspire you. We'll go through 5 different property deals, why we bought them, where we bought them, what we liked about them, and how you can emulate this for yourself, by yourself, so that you too can slowly build the bridge to financial freedom, financial independence, so that you can retire early and have financial happiness. If you don't separate yourself from your distractions will separate you from your goals. You might be tempted to skip this video or go to something more entertaining. There's so much more content out there that's more entertaining than this, but some golden nuggets, some inspiration, and if you follow the recipe that my clients have to buy these deals, you too can achieve financial independence much faster. There will be a return on investment for your time during this episode. So don't be pessimistic. There's no reward in pessimism. Be realistic, be optimistic, glass half full, and use this episode, use these deals to catapult your own investing. My name is PK and I help people build passive income through the Property Investment Accelerator using data without needing a $15,000 buyer's agent every single time. And in this channel, we talk about the economy, we expose the reality about financial happiness, and we talk about property. All the deals that I've posted are verifiable. They're posted in this group, Australian Property Mastery with PK, where there's 65,000 members. My 1,200 plus clients have bought more than 3,500 properties now over the last 7 or 8 years, making themselves over that period over $1 billion of equity and saving themselves over $50 million in buyer's agent. This isn't some new thing. This is tried and tested, and I really encourage you to build trust for yourself in property investment by DMing, direct messaging my clients, by joining this Facebook group. All my clients are tagged. You can DM them directly, take me out as the middleman, and get in touch with hundreds of them, and that way you can see the results that they've got, and that might give you enough hope and enough courage to start your own investment journey. Number 1, let's go. Benson's now got 9 properties. This one, under $500,000, has grown $150,000. He's going to be financially free very, very soon. Amazing guy, Benson Wang, lives in Canberra, but has invested interstate this whole time, all 9 properties, without using a single buyer's agent. And in doing so, he's done this 9 times. He saved himself $135,000 in buyer's agent fees. When he was buying his first one, he could have thought, oh, I don't have confidence, I don't know what I'm doing, maybe I'll make mistakes. But he didn't have that glass half empty attitude. He said, no, I can learn this pretty easily, pretty quickly, and with mentorship, I know that I won't make mistakes because I can run deals past my mentor, yours truly. And that's exactly what's happened, and he's gone way further than he even expected. Every year, his property portfolio is growing by over $500,000. So you've got to ask yourself, okay, maybe you're a high income earner, maybe you earn more than $100,000, maybe even $200,000. But this kind of wealth generation can't be had by 99.9% of the population in their business or in their PAYG job. Doesn't matter how qualified you are. That's the beauty of property. Even for normal, everyday people, and Benson is a chef, right? He's a chef. Even for normal people, they can accumulate extraordinary wealth. This one wasn't listed on real estate or domain. And that's the thing. Buyer's agents will tell you only they can get these off-market deals. My clients have been getting them in the thousands over the last almost decade. Anyone can do it. It's all about picking up the phone, talking to some local real estate agents, building a relationship. Within a few weeks, they start sending you off-market deals. It's a family-orientated suburb, owner-occupier appeal. Always remember, when a suburb or city or town booms because of investors, that's bubble. It can also come down when investors sell. But when it's owner-occupiers that are instigating the boom, that has longevity, because on average, owner-occupiers buy and live in their house for 7 years in Australia. So that's a lot of stickiness. That's not some transient price fluctuation. He bought this for $460,000. Total funds required were well under $100,000. Rent per week is $490. Short and long-term data was fantastic. See, when you have all these checks and balances built in, I'm not talking about proximity to the train station or the ocean or the CBD, but true hard quantitative data. When when you understand the coefficients, the thresholds, the trends, and you've got all this systemized, then you can almost not make a mistake because there's so much integrity built into the system and back tested. Vacancy rate's 0.41%, block size is 601 square meters, built in 1993, so still some tax benefits. Build quality is brick, and he's bought this in Queensland from Canberra without catching a single flight. He had all his due diligence done for him on the ground. It's not like we're ignoring on the ground due diligence just because we're buying interstate. We're using property managers, good ones, not just any property manager, building and pest inspectors, good ones, not just any building and pest inspector. And I give you all these people as well to do that boots on the ground, experience-based due diligence. And clearly self-sufficient and rinse and repeat because he's done it 9 times. And by the way, he's not stopping anytime soon. He's got the property bug and building passive income. Here's the property right here. When you see this, I mean, any investor would love to get their hands on it, so long as it's in the right suburbs, so long it's in the right neighborhood within that suburb, and so long it's in the right street, the right side of the street, the right end of the street as well. So much due diligence goes into it using both qualitative and quantitative data. Congratulations, Benson. Number 2, another off-market 6.5% yield under $500,000 stunner bought within just 2 weeks of hunting. It's grown by $100,000 in 6 months. And this is the thing, when you follow data, you should be making huge gains, not just after 2, 3, 4 years, but basically immediately. And learning is not a full-time job. See, when you have it systemized, as I have, and have taught more than 1,200 students, it's like a recipe. And the recipe just needs to be followed. It can be consumed and understood very swiftly. And then within 2 weeks, just like Subit, you can buy your first investment property or scale your portfolio. He converted the study into a 4th bedroom by simply adding a door and window, and that also increased the equity by a huge amount. Try to buy properties where you can do something that doesn't take much effort or money, but increases the value by $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000. That's called getting in the fast lane to building equity and getting your next deposit ready without needing hard-earned savings if you don't want to. Once again, it wasn't listed on Real Estate and Domain, and I know a lot of new people think, oh, these mythical, magical creatures, these off-market properties. They're actually pretty plentiful, and most of them are pretty ordinary. So it's important not just to get off-market deals, but to have that due diligence matrix so you can instantly know whether you should go for it or not. In the first month alone, this one grew by $30,000. So I don't know how many of you make $30,000 in a month, but once again, that's what property affords us. Within a month, we can increase our net worth by 30K. Of course, in the context, that's not much, but it's good to get that momentum going. Subith Day is the one who's bought this property. He's bought this for $441,360. Here's a tip for you. I told you at the start of the episode, I want you to take actionable tips so you can actually get going by yourself, for yourself. So when you give an offer, try to not give like $440,000, because maybe many other buyers, especially in a hot market, are going to consider giving a round number. Think about giving some weird number like 441, especially like 360, because A, that leaves an imprint in the sales agent's mind when they're comparing your offer to others. It's going to make it stand out. And B, let's say you valued it at 440, giving it $1,360 extra is not going to break your bank in the context of things, but it might just help pip your offer versus the dozens of others. So that was really well played by Subit. Total funds required less than $80,000. And by the way, all these deals can be also bought right now. It's not like this was only available 2 months ago or 4 months ago or 6 months ago or last year. Every single year, including 2024, including 2025, and I'll continue saying this, 2026, 2027, etc. My clients will be buying deals under $500,000 and getting these types of results. So put aside in your mind that this was a 2021 COVID phenomenon. I think I've disproved that by demonstrating the success hundreds of times, even beyond 2023 and 2024, right into 2025 and thereafter. Rent is $550 per week. Short and long-term growth is fantastic. How do we know? Because the data tells us so. And if you've done the multivariate regressions or normalizing for autocorrelation, these statistical techniques really help us understand what's going to happen in the future. It's not simply guesstimation. Vacancy rate is 0.51%, block 706 square meters, bought in Queensland from Darwin. That's where Subith lives, but he didn't buy in Darwin and he didn't catch any flights. And here's the property right here, and this is Subith. Number 3, another off-market deal. Queensland property rocketing up at double-digit growth rate already, plus big tax benefits. It's already tenanted, so there was 0 vacancy. And, if you buy a good property, it should have pretty close to 0 vacancy. And that shouldn't be a turn-off that, oh, what if the tenant is hard to come by? When you look at data, you look at past annual growth rate in rents, when you look at past vacancy, current vacancy, owner-occupier split versus investors, so many data metrics out there that help you form a picture so you can gain confidence that, you know what, yes, I'm taking a big punt, quote unquote, to buy this property that I've never even seen, although I've done my due diligence using my team. What if it stays empty? That shouldn't cross your mind, because the data never lies. And it's data plus action. That's what builds confidence, not just staying on the sidelines and iffing and RNing and butting. Not listed on real estate or domain. 3 properties now for Nitin Srivastava. You can see he's tagged at the start of the episode I mentioned. Reach out to folks like this. Take me out of the middle. There's no point asking a professional like me, oh, PK, can you send me 3 referrals so I can see if your course and mentorship program is legit? Of course, any provider is going to give you like their friends or like some really good referrals. What about the others that didn't perform so well? You want to be talking to the lowest common denominator client, not just the cream of the crop. And that's what I think I'm the only one in Australia that allows you to do, because I have my Facebook group and all these clients are tagged. So you don't have to take my word for it. I have the most social proof in Australia in the real estate game. You can reach out to Nitin and hundreds of other clients directly and build your confidence by direct conversations with them. He's bought 3 times now without a buyer's agent, saving himself $45,000. Purchase price was $530. Total funds required $110,000. Rent per week $590. Great data, great vacancy rate 0.82%. 700 square meter block, 2013 built. And yes, he's bought this in Queensland, interstate. And look, there's so much misinformation out there online, because it's buyer's agents who own the content airwaves, because let's face it, there's like 10,000 buyer's agents and just one of me. So it's really easy to make mistakes because they're all saying different things, different agendas, but data doesn't lie, and neither do numbers and nor do results. You really need to see results in mass, because a lot of buyer's agents will say they're data driven, but they've only been in the game for a year, or that data that they're going by is like vacancy rate, which is only one item. They don't know the 35 data metrics, or even if they do know them, they don't want to apply them, because that won't allow them to buy 10, 20, 30 properties for clients a month, because there simply aren't that many that fit that data mold, and they need to be more lenient so that they can get through their waiting list. The whole buyer's agent incentive model is completely skewed, but data plus mentoring, it can truly accelerate your property journey. And all this can be learned really quickly. It's not like a part-time job. It can be learned with just 3 to 5 hours a week over 1 or 2 months, including the implementation. Within 1 or 2 months, you can get your first or next property done right. Here's the property deal right here by Nitin. Number 4, huge 6.6% yield off-market, solid brick beauty, grows $75,000 or 15% in 7 months. I've said it before many times, I'll say it again. Generally, my clients who follow the data, they get around $10,000 of growth every single month for at least the first 1 or 2 or 3 years, if not more. That's the lion's share of them on a normal distribution curve. That's what you can expect if you are educated. The previous contract crashed, and therefore we snapped it up. When previous contracts crash, then the seller becomes a bit antsy. Now they really want to get rid of the property because they really thought they would have. They really thought they would have sold the property, but now the buyer's backed out. So now all the leverage, all the cards are in our hands, and we can negotiate more. I love it when contracts crash because of previous buyers not able to execute. This one, once again, is not listed on real estate and domain. I've not cherry picked these, by the way. You can see like the majority of these client deals are off market. It's not that you need a buyer's agent to buy off market deals. I know so many people fork out $15,000, $20,000 to buyer's agents just because they want to get something off market. They think it's somehow much better to do it that way. You don't need to. Any Tim, Dick, and Harry can get off market deals with a dollop of education and scripts and know-how. Big block, great owner-occupier appeal. Zach Welsh, Zach has bought this one. You can see he lives in WA and he's bought this in Queensland. So you can see the sentiment is really shifting away from WA now. Although Perth continues to rise, generally speaking, but the best buying window is now in other places across Australia, like still regional Queensland, a lot of regional New South Wales. Numbers are looking great. Melbourne, northern corridor, not too far north though, like where a lot of these house and land package buyers agents will buy you properties, and also regional Victoria and regional South Australia. There's so much buying now, more opportunity now than there was a year or two ago, which was predominantly in Queensland and Perth. Purchase price was $515, $888, same weird number trick here that Zach has employed. Total funds required less than $100,000. In fact, you just need less than $60,000 or $65,000 to buy an A grade, no compromises, A grade property right now in 2025. Rent per week is $650. Great data, 0.19% vacancy, block size 722. Land appreciates, buildings depreciate. Build is 1989 brick. Don't risk giving the keys to your financial future to someone else. Like, no one cares about your money as much as you do. Don't become dependent on a property company for every single property. This is your financial future, not theirs. You have to learn. You have to take accountability and responsibility. Don't pay a buyer's agent $15K just to send you properties of real estate or domain and off market. You can all do this yourself. And don't be fooled into buying some ineffective bait and switch course from all these buyer's agents. Every buyer's agent's at a course these days. They're designed to upsell you. I see so many new courses released by buyer's agents almost on a weekly basis. And then after 3 months, they stop advertising. Because why? They didn't sell them. People are clued on. They know that these are just marketing gimmicks because the course isn't designed to work. It's designed to rope you in so then ultimately you use their full service, $15,000, $20,000 buyer's agent service. People see through them and all these courses are failing miserably. Here's the property deal. Really good one, brick, solid. It's going to remain there for decades to come. Last one, high 6.3% yield, sub 450K off-market property, grows 80K in just 8 months. So once again, that relationship, 10K a month here is holding true as well. As 20% in 8 months. Bought $65,000 under market value. How can that be? Why would anyone sell under market value? Well, you've got various reasons: divorce, distress, death, other reasons as well, why sellers may just want a fast, easy sale rather than top dollar. And also the fact that sales agents sometimes don't know what they're doing. In fact, if you're educated, you can have sales agents in the palm of your hand. It's so easy to do so often. Not listed on real estate and domain. I actually didn't plan this. Actually, I think every single property that I shared right now was off market. It just tells you how quickly, and this isn't, I mean, this is credit to my clients, but also it's credit to everyone. Like, anyone can do this. Anyone and everyone can do this. Off market is not difficult. In fact, I've got an episode on YouTube, if you just use keywords, off market discounts, PK Gupta. There's a whole video on how you can do it yourself. And it's an intro video, and many people have got off market deals just from that free intro video. Of course, the course goes into much more depth with scripts and templates and so many other things. But I want to give you free content as well. And so therefore, there's 2,000 videos on the YouTube channel. Future subdivision potential upside. So let's say 5 years down the line, the land values increase. Now it's commercially feasible to take away this property and build two there instead, or at least build one at the back. That's maybe a $200,000 profit upside. May not want to do that right away, but it's good to have that trump card in your hip pocket. Avnish Reddy bought this for $410,000. Total funds required $70,000. Rent per week $500. Great data. Low vacancy of 0.19%. Block size is 799 square meters. Built in 1980. Queensland deal. And I've posted these member deals in my Facebook group 5 times a week for years, like literally years. Go back and look at hundreds before, and always watch out for the next one. The property is not advertised well. The photos are pretty atrocious, and that's one reason it had less viewers, less clicks, less inspections, less demand, but people couldn't see beyond the photos, and that's one way we got it under market value. Now, I know other people will tell you, look, our team of experts, they're geniuses in data. We buy property every single day. Why on earth would you do PK's mentorship program and try do it yourself? Why not go to a buyer's agent and they'll take care of it for you? Well, the reality is, I'm here to empower you so that you can become your own data genius. Have nurses, bricklayers, carpenters, IT professionals, engineers, doctors, electricians, builders. Blue collar, white collar doesn't work. The data is simple to understand and anyone can do it. You don't actually need to be a genius, truth be told. You just need to follow a recipe and do it yourself. Buyers agents will tell you that they've got access to thousands of off-market deals. Well, A, that's wrong. And B, you can have access to quote unquote thousands of off-market deals. Anyone can do this. You can see my spirit is really to empower you. I honestly don't even care if you do my course or not. I want you to not just have a crack at DIY, because that's not the right attitude. I want you to have the mental resolve to be educated, to be mentored, to understand the data, and then take action, because it's education plus action. That's the true recipe for confidence. You want to be confident, right? Outsourcing is not going to build you confidence. How will you know if there's proposing the right deals or not? How will you know if it's going to perform or not? And once they've sold you the deal, they've wiped their hands clean of you. It's a transaction for them. It's not a long-term relationship. When you're educated, when you have a mentor, that is a long-term relationship, especially with my clients whom I mentor for life. I'm going to say something that might be a bit harsh, but I think it's true. No one cares about your money. So stop being shy, go out there and start creating your chances. To do that, the first step is to join the Facebook group, Australian Property Mastery with PK, the group where all of these members, all of these deals are posted. I'll leave the link below, because let's be honest, can you really do what you're doing for a living until you're 70, 80 years old? Already the superannuation taxes are changing. Who knows how much the government will tax you by the time you retire. You want to retire in the prime of your life, in your 40s and your 50s, not in your 70s and your 80s. Property in Australia still affords us the ability to do that. It's no credit to me, it's just what's available. You just need to be resourceful. Go out there, take action, hit the subscribe button, hit the like. My name's PK, thank you for being with me.